Hi, John, Jesper and Sharon. This is a thank you and farewell message from possibly the most grateful CEO in the not-for-profit sector. As you know, I do like to mention at the board meetings that I do think we have the best board in our human services area. And I speak from experience from having worked with not great boards and being on not great boards. So I think I've got a really good benchmark. Firstly, thank you so much for doing your full terms. That is still relatively unusual in any sector and especially in ours. And we've gone through some fairly tough times in terms of funding, COVID and a range of things. I think the things that we've particularly appreciated is it's really felt like it's been working in partnership. It's us against the problem rather than us against the board or the board against us. And it just makes such a difference, and again is really relatively unusual in terms of culture. It does mean that every time I go to a board meeting, it's actually a joy and a privilege and useful rather than a chore, and really very much look forward to it. I feel that you've all added real value. Every time we come away from the board thinking, wow, that's a good idea, hadn't thought of that ourselves, and a sense of reassurance that we are generally doing the right thing or where we need to improve things. It also means that obviously I've been very grateful that you've not shied away from providing some very constructive feedback and rightly questioning us on what we're doing, how and when. And I would say that our governance and our measures and the things we talk about and look at and report on are so much better as a result of your very thoughtful questions. And I think as well that has helped set up the framework for why it's so appealing for other board members to come and join, because it's so well run. For people who write the papers, it's really very much appreciated again that you spend the time looking at them. It's not a board paper unless there's a typo pointed out, and I can't tell you how gratifying it is after writing it that people spend the time to look at it and have read it so closely that they find something in there. It's very disheartening to produce poor papers, and when you know that someone's sort of glancing over it for the first time at the board, they sometimes are quite long papers, so appreciate it's a lot of work, and especially some of the commentary around the management report, the finances, or some of the reasons why. The questions are really good. There might be things we've missed or things to think about, which have really improved the way we've done things. The other thing I think that's been very good is just your incredible good nature in terms of working with us. You've all been amazing at that fine balance of being entirely professional but also entirely humorous, mainly intentionally, sometimes not. John, extremely dry-witted, sometimes difficult to tell whether you've cracked a joke until 5 minutes afterwards and I went, oh yeah, that's quite funny. Karen, very always easy with a laugh, and Jesper, for me it's still the time that you very good-naturedly tried on the splints in our positive behaviour support area and good-naturedly waved your splinted arms around for almost the whole meeting. There is nothing like good humour and good nature to make everyone feel better and get the best out of all of us. You're also incredibly welcoming to people who come and present on the board. It is nerve-wracking for them, and without fail, everyone has walked out feeling understood, appreciated, and a sort of comment of, wow, how friendly, but also how much you care for what we do as well. You've all contributed in a variety of different committees as well, which has been great. You've been fantastic at contributing in the sector when we've needed to. And I've really appreciated the autonomy, being able to sort of get on with what we think we do best, whereas I'm very quick to pick up the phone or answer an email the minute I send an email out. Such prompt responses from all of you, very reliable. And John, particularly for, there's been a few hairy moments over the years and you've just quickly picked up the phone and reached out and said, is there anything could do, and really appreciate that. You've absolutely contributed to the whole culture of the board. You've set the tone for everything to the extent where I don't think I can imagine it another way other than what it is now. Very, very grateful. When you add up the hours and hours and hours that you've put in, can't be quantified in terms of dollars, can be quantified in terms of human happiness, particularly mine. Thank you very much. I know that you've all also gone through quite a lot of things yourselves in your own times, and showing up during times when things are difficult, work-wise or personally, is also just been amazing. Thank you for being, once again, like the best board members that one could possibly ask for. Very grateful, and enjoy whatever you do next. Thank you so much.